In our journey through life, we often encounter moments that invite us to unravel our innermost thoughts and emotions. There's a temptation to share our experiences openly, to bare our souls in search of empathy or understanding. Yet Stoic philosophy, with its timeless wisdom, nudges us to reconsider the extent of our disclosures. Imagine this: each revelation is akin to offering a piece of yourself, vulnerable and unguarded, to the world. While sharing can foster connections, an excess of disclosure can render us emotionally exposed, weakening the very fortitude we seek to uphold. Stoicism, a philosophy forged in resilience, advocates for prudence and divulgence. It echoes the importance of safeguarding certain aspects of our lives, nurturing personal boundaries that shield us from undue vulnerability. The Stoics remind us that selective sharing isn't about concealing our truth, but about safeguarding our emotional well-being. It's a mindful curation of what we reveal, preserving our strength amidst life's storms. 1. Inner struggles and fears. Our inner battles, the silent struggles we wrestle with, often seek solace in the open air of conversation. Yet, Stoic philosophy shines a light on the hazards of openly unveiling our deepest insecurities and fears. When we lay bare our innermost anxieties, there's a vulnerability that ensues, a fragility that becomes exposed to the outside world. Stoicism, in its pragmatic approach, encourages a different course of action. It suggests that managing these internal struggles privately cultivates emotional fortitude. Stoics, while acknowledging the importance of addressing fears and insecurities, advocate for managing them with quiet resolve. This isn't suppression, but a conscious effort to deal with these emotions internally, allowing oneself the space to understand, process, and conquer these fears without becoming emotionally overexposed. The Stoic approach isn't one of denial, but of temperance, a strategic choice to shield oneself from unnecessary vulnerability. By handling these internal battles privately, one strengthens the emotional core, fostering resilience against life's adversities. 2. Goals and ambitions. Our dreams, aspirations, and goals are precious treasures, delicate seeds we nurture in the gardens of our minds. The Stoics offer a cautionary note about casting these aspirations to the winds of public scrutiny too soon. Sharing our ambitions openly, without discernment, can subject them to unnecessary critique or unwelcome pressures from others. Stoicism, in its wisdom, encourages the preservation of these aspirations until they've matured into tangible realities. The Stoics understood the significance of protecting our ambitions until they have taken root and grown strong enough to withstand external forces. By safeguarding our goals, we shield them from influences that could sway or alter their course prematurely. This isn't about concealing one's aspirations out of fear, but rather nurturing them in the fertile soil of our intentions. Stoicism teaches us to let our actions speak louder than words, allowing our accomplishments to narrate the story of our ambitions. In the Stoic philosophy, the emphasis is on maintaining focus, nurturing ambitions silently until they blossom into concrete achievements. By preserving these goals, we safeguard their purity and strength, allowing them to flourish in their own time. 3. Personal successes and achievements. The Stoics caution against the allure of sharing our triumphs and successes excessively. While it might seem natural to celebrate our achievements openly, doing so can inadvertently lead us to seek external validation. Boasting about accomplishments often intertwines success with the need for external recognition. Stoicism offers an alternative path, finding contentment and validation within oneself, independent of outside opinions. According to Stoic teachings, genuine success isn't measured by the applause of others but by our internal satisfaction with our efforts and integrity. Seeking validation externally can lead to a fleeting sense of fulfillment, creating a perpetual hunger for more praise. Stoicism invites us to celebrate our victories quietly, finding fulfillment in the knowledge of our hard work and the virtues displayed in our accomplishments. This inward acknowledgement fosters a resilient sense of self-worth, independent of the fleeting opinions of others. By embracing this Stoic perspective, we cultivate an inner sense of contentment and satisfaction, transcending the need for external validation. 4. Material possessions and wealth. In a world where material wealth often becomes a measure of success, Stoicism offers a profound perspective on possessions. Flaunting one's material wealth can often evoke envy or attachment, subtly eroding our inner tranquility. Stoic philosophy advises detachment from the allure of possessions. Instead of parading our acquisitions, Stoicism encourages us to find contentment by reducing our desires and attachments. The Stoics believe that true wealth isn't in accumulating possessions, but in embracing a mindset of sufficiency, having few wants and being content with what one already possesses. By refraining from showcasing our material possessions, we avoid the potential pitfalls of envy and attachment. Stoicism teaches us that our value isn't defined by what we own, but by our inner disposition and how we navigate the world with virtue and wisdom. Through this Stoic lens, we learn to cherish the simple joys in life, finding fulfillment not in amassing wealth but in the freedom from the insatiable desire for more. This detachment fosters a profound sense of contentment and peace, unshackled from the fleeting pleasures of materialism. 5. Private affairs and relationships. The intimacy of our relationships often beckons us to share their details, but Stoicism advises caution in divulging private affairs. Exposing the intricacies of personal relationships can undermine their sanctity and lead to unintended consequences. Stoic wisdom cautions against unnecessary gossip or disclosing intimate details. Exposing these private matters can erode trust, create misunderstandings, or even invite unwanted opinions into a relationship's sacred space. By maintaining discretion, we respect the sanctity of our relationships, safeguarding them from external influences or unnecessary judgments. The Stoics emphasize the importance of embodying virtues within relationships rather than discussing them openly. Instead of debating what a good relationship should entail, Stoicism encourages us to invest energy in being a better partner, nurturing understanding, empathy, and support without needing external validation or advice. By cherishing the privacy of our relationships, we honor the trust and depth they offer. Stoicism reminds us that the true value of relationships lies not in discussing their intricacies, but in nurturing them with authenticity, care, and mutual respect. 6. Inner philosophical convictions. Our deeply held philosophical convictions rooted in personal beliefs and values are profound and influential. However, Stoicism advises caution in openly sharing these convictions without discretion. Engaging in philosophical debates or vehemently defending our beliefs might lead to unnecessary conflicts or misunderstandings. Stoic teachings emphasize the importance of sharing philosophical beliefs with discretion and humility. While it's vital to express our values authentically, doing so with humility and openness to differing perspectives fosters understanding rather than discord. Stoics advocate for dialogue rooted in mutual respect, seeking wisdom from diverse viewpoints without imposing our beliefs upon others. The Stoics believed that genuine wisdom involves being open to learning from everyone and recognizing that our understanding is always evolving. Instead of imposing our philosophical convictions, Stoicism encourages us to embody our values and principles, allowing our actions to speak louder than our words. By exercising prudence in sharing our philosophical beliefs, we avoid unnecessary conflicts and promote constructive dialogue rooted in humility and understanding. 7. Future plans and strategies. Revealing detailed future plans and strategies to everyone may seem innocuous, but carries significant risks. Openly sharing intricate plans with everyone exposes them to external scrutiny, opinions, and judgments. This external interference can lead to doubt, unnecessary pressure, or even the derailment of carefully laid strategies. Stoic philosophy advises guarding one's plans, especially the intricate details, to avoid external interference or judgment. This doesn't imply secrecy, but rather discretion in sharing detailed future plans. By limiting exposure, one maintains control over their aspirations and strategies, safeguarding them from external influence that might dilute or divert their essence. Seneca's quote encapsulates the Stoic perspective on our tendency to suffer more in anticipation than in actuality. When we share detailed plans, we invite perceptions, criticisms, or undue expectations that can create unnecessary emotional turmoil and distractions. The Stoics suggest sharing plans judiciously, confiding in trusted confidants or mentors whose insights align with our aspirations. This selective sharing allows for valuable feedback without compromising the essence of our plans, preserving our focus and determination in achieving our goals. 8. Personal weaknesses and faults. Openly admitting personal weaknesses or faults to everyone can leave one vulnerable to judgment, exploitation, or even manipulation. While acknowledging and addressing weaknesses is crucial for personal growth, indiscriminate sharing of vulnerabilities can potentially harm one's self-esteem and lead to exploitation by those who may use this information against us. Stoic teachings emphasize acknowledging weaknesses while striving for self-improvement privately. This doesn't entail concealing faults, but rather discerning the appropriate audience for discussing vulnerabilities. It's about selective disclosure, confiding in trusted individuals or mentors who can provide constructive guidance and support without exploiting our weaknesses. Epictetus's quote encapsulates the Stoic perspective on personal responsibility in navigating life's challenges. Stoicism advocates for internalizing responsibility for one's growth and progress, acknowledging faults as part of our journey towards improvement. Sharing vulnerabilities judiciously helps in receiving constructive feedback and support, while protecting oneself from potential exploitation or harm. By maintaining discretion in sharing personal weaknesses, individuals safeguard their emotional well-being and maintain agency over their journey of self-improvement. 9. Emotional vulnerability. The unrestricted display of emotional vulnerability can potentially lead to exploitation, manipulation, or the erosion of one's emotional boundaries. While being open about emotions is essential for fostering connections, excessive vulnerability might lead to others taking advantage of our feelings, causing emotional harm, or using vulnerabilities against us. Stoic teachings emphasize maintaining emotional resilience without displaying vulnerability indiscriminately. This doesn't entail suppressing emotions, but rather exercising discretion in sharing them. Stoicism advocates for cultivating inner strength and resilience, being discerning about whom we share our emotions with and how much we reveal. By following Stoic principles, individuals can strike a balance between acknowledging their emotions and maintaining emotional boundaries. It involves developing the resilience to handle emotional challenges while being selective in sharing vulnerabilities. Stoicism doesn't dismiss emotions but encourages managing them with wisdom and moderation. This approach allows individuals to maintain emotional strength without being overly exposed to potential exploitation or harm. Now take a moment to consider your own experiences with sharing and personal boundaries. How might a discerning approach to sharing benefit your emotional well-being and connections with others? If you've found value in these insights, consider liking this video, subscribing for more content centered around Stoicism and personal development, and sharing it with those seeking to fortify their emotional resilience through selective sharing. Remember, Stoicism isn't about withdrawing from the world, but about navigating it wisely, fostering emotional strength, and building meaningful connections through discerning sharing. Thank you for joining us on this journey of understanding the significance of selective sharing and personal boundaries through the lens of Stoic philosophy.